Fall Jazz Concert. Thank you all for braving the inclement weather. All I can say is, if this was in Chicago right now, there'd be 3 feet of snow out there. So be thankful you're down here, okay? That first tune was a tune called Dancing Men. There are 3 brothers that are LaBarbaras, and I always get them all confused, especially because Pat LaBarbara is the tenor player who I thought was the greatest when I was a young man. This is John LaBarbara, who's written so much stuff for so many people. He's done movies, everything, okay? On this tune, Dancing Men, we featured Mr. Jonah Elder here. On drums. Stand up, Luke. This next tune is going to feature Conrad Crawford on the trumpet. It's also going to feature our wonderful, wonderful saxophone section, led by Mr. Grant Bagley. Don't clap too hard for him; he'll get a big head. Okay. This is a tune that is an old standard from, I don't know, '05 or something like that, of the century and a half before. That was arranged for the North Texas Lab Band. I think it was the 74 Lab, no, it was the 69 Lab Band that featured that unbelievable 1 o'clock band there. This is their rendition of Bill Bailey. Oh, I think this features Luke also a little bit on a very specialized solo. I counted that too fast. No, it's not okay. I'm sorry, I really like this tune, so I get really excited. So I go really fast. I think that would definitely be a great think about that as you play this song. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. throughout history, composers are flaunted for their amazing ability to compose. But the fact of the matter is, very few of them are really of that uppermost level of composers. You have people like Mozart, Beethoven, Mendelssohn, Stravinsky with all his ballets and things like that. For pop music, as far as I'm concerned, there's like 4 or 5 people who have written really great pop music, and the rest of it is all just a lot of carbon copies. But one of those people, I mean, among them is Stevie Wonder, who I just cannot believe has written such amazing music. Other people, one I really think is great though, and is unsung, is Michele LeGrande. He's written in more genres than anyone else I can think of. I have jazz albums that he's done that are no one knows about. That just are amazing. He's done movie soundtracks. He did one thing I always wanted to do, write a Bond movie. I never got to do that. I've done some movies, but I've never done that. And his themes are always wonderful. The Windmills of Your Mind, all that kinds of stuff. He wrote the theme for the movie Summer of '42, and Jay Chattaway did an arrangement for the Maynard Ferguson Band. And it features, tonight it's going to feature Matt Castronovo on trumpet, and it's going to feature Grant Bagley on the alto saxophone. It's not your typical Maynard piece where it's not screaming high all the time and all that. It's just a really great arrangement, and the tune can't be beat. So I hope you enjoy this. It's always been a favorite of mine, and this is actually the first time I've ever conducted it with a band, so it'll be really great. Okay, enjoy. This is Summer '42. There we go. Yeah. This is what it's like. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The next piece we're going to do is featured in a movie. Any of you who've ever seen Blazing Saddles? About 8 minutes in, the hero of the movie is riding across the desert, and none other than Count Basie and his band are playing this piece in the middle of nowhere. This is probably Count Basie's theme, more than Kid from Red Bank or anything else. This is going to feature yeah, you right. Yeah, Jacob. Oh, Jacob. No, this is April in Paris. You all had the wrong tune, right? Yes. And trumpet players and lemmings do the same thing. Anyway, it's going to feature Jacob Sauls on trumpet. It's going to feature our saxophone section on a nice little soli. And this really is a trombone tune in so many ways. This is Count Basie's April in Paris. Are you ready? Are you set? Yeah. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Way back when I was a young tyke, back in the Middle Ages, somewhere like that, I got the opportunity to work on a brand new project coming out of Hollywood and Chicago, actually. Mr. George Doherty was the man in charge of this, and he came up with this brilliant idea of having a live orchestra play along with the Warner Brothers cartoons. So like you had Bugs Bunny, I believe the Wabbit of Seville was the first one that they really wanted to do, and they did something, they did the opera one where they got to kill the Wabbit, kill all this. And I was very fortunate to work, I had a very minor part in it. But I got to do a little bit of work on it, and it was an amazing success. And now this is done all over the world constantly. But he was the one who came up with it, and I'm very happy to say I had that smallest little part of helping prepare the music for it all. We're going to today do a Gordon Goodwin, who is a great band leader and arranger and writer off the West Coast, has done all these little kind of like Warner Brothers-ish kind of songs. And today we're going to do one that's going to reminisce the Carl Stalling arrangements that were done for those actual cartoons. They are amazing, especially when you consider there was no click track, there was nothing to time it. They were doing it live against 3 little dots that would go by and they know that was the hit and things like that. It was amazing how they did that so well. A huge orchestra of 80 people plus 30 to 28 singers and maybe 25 percussionists and sound effects people. It was an amazing thing. Put it this way, the Disney people all wanted to work for Warner Brothers. So the people that did Snow White and all them, they really wanted to be over there playing cartoons because they were more fun. In any case, this is called Hunting Wabbits, and it's going to feature, what does this feature? No, it doesn't feature me. It features, Grant is going to play a solo for us. It's going to feature our lead trombone player, Nathan Lee, on trombone. He's going to play the first solo, and you, Jayden, you playing this one? Yeah. Jayden. Hey, listen, I got the right letter right. The other night, I couldn't even remember people's names. It was terrible. Anyway, and it features also Caleb McClendon on all this great percussion, along with Sam, who's going to play some. It really does sound like a cartoon from the very first moment until we start playing jazz. So I hope you like this. It's a lot of fun. We did it about 7 years ago. And it was an amazing hit, and I just liked it, and I was thinking about it this summer and thought we would do it. So here it is, Hunting Wabbits. Try and imagine the cartoon going on. I'm scared. Write it up when you... Here we go. 1, 2. Listen, if that's the worst thing you ever do in your life.
Oh, it's not.
Back when I was a younger tyke, I think that's back when we were still using wood fires by a campsite or something. I would go to jazz festivals, and my jazz band at the high school that I played in was very good, but we never had trumpets. I could play trumpet higher than they could, and I tried to embarrass them at every point. And thankfully, I can no longer ever play trumpet, so that's probably a good thing. Okay? But we would go to jazz festivals and play wonderfully well, and the judges would love us, but we'd get creamed. Because there'd be 3 schools that would call out tunes that we couldn't beat. One was West Side Story, which we could never play. One was Malagueña, which we could never, ever play, because we didn't even have French horns. And the third one was this next tune we're going to do. It was originally done again for the North Texas band, arranged by a guy named Marius Butch Nordal. And we're going to feature on this, Sam's going to play, and James going to play again. And we're going to feature our amazing trombone section, as well as the wonderful finesse playing that the band can really do. This is a tune called The Suncatchers, and I hope you like it. You need to retune everything for me. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Several years back, I ran into my second high school band director, and he reminded me of something that I totally forgot. He said, I remember you, my first impression of you when I got to school was you trying to play a Maynard Ferguson chart on the saxophone. It's this next piece we're going to do. We didn't have the music, I was just trying to learn it from the record. Back then we didn't have vario speed, you just played it, the record went by and you just kept on trying to get a note, then you missed it. It was just terrible. It was so funny because he said, I just remember you after school for a month trying to get this right. I can only imagine how terrible it was for this poor man. God, surprised he didn't go to a grave right there. In any case, we're going to do a tune that's going to feature a lot of people. It's going to feature Sam playing the keyboard. It's going to feature our saxophone section. It's going to feature on a really, really great sounding soli with lead saxophones with the lead flugelhorn on top of it. Jacob's going to do that. We're going to hear from Carson on this. We're going to hear from Jonah again. We're going to hear from, let's see, we're going to hear from several saxophones at one time, and I'm going to get this right this time. We're going to hear from Kalani playing on the trumpet over there for the first time tonight. And that covers pretty much everything, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, great. This is a Jeff Steinberg tune that he did back in the 70s for Maynard, and it's called Nice and Juicy. And the first 8 bars will tell you why it's called that. Come on. One, two, three. Woody Herman tune, spiced up just a little bit. There are too many soloists to talk about, so we're not even going to talk about them. You will notice no one has music. We're trying to start a new trend to run the publishers out of business. This is, what's this called? Oh, Apple Honey. It's called Apple Honey. It's all Woody Herman's, it really was Woody Herman's theme in so many ways. Here we are. Sorry. That's it. One, two, We thank you all. Look for us next semester. We'll be at Red Clay again, and we'll be doing a concert here. We'll be at the Tallahassee Jazz Festival. We'll be doing something probably in Gadsden, and I don't know, we'll find something else to do. You know, there has to be a street corner we can set up on and play. There'll be something, okay? Thank you all, though, so much. We're going to conclude with a tune that sort of become the theme of the band because they wrote it. During COVID, instead of having rehearsals, we had to have Zoom meetings, and you can't do rehearsals in Zoom meetings. So the band wrote this piece. Now, I did arrange some of it, but they wrote all the licks, basically, so it's theirs. It's going to feature the trombone section. We're going to have a couple nice solos all around. It's going to feature the trumpets on a really cool soli, and it's going to feature Max on the guitar for the first time tonight. This is Max's third week with the band. Thank you all so much for coming tonight, and no apologies to Herbie Hancock and Watermelon Man. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. kids, go.